Welcome to Charting with Dyl, and I am your host, Dyl, and we're a day late this week due to fall break, but having that break gave me a chance to catch up on some films and contribute to this weekend's numbers, and I want to give a shout out to Wrigley Unlimited for supplying free tickets. But this previous weekend saw 3 new films open in wide release, with one setting records in limited release. However, Joker still reigns supreme, as in the film's second week of release, it has already earned nearly 10 times its budget worldwide. The Joaquin Phoenix starring film has made over $543 million worldwide. Joker remains atop of the domestic top 5, earning $55.8 million and dropping only 41.9% after the film's massive opening. Joker has shown to be a box office monster so far, setting records such as the highest October opening of all time, and if you check this graphic out, you can see it holds 2 of the top 5 weekend totals in October history. As this previous weekend placed 4th highest all time, removing The Martian from the list and barely edging out Gravity, earning $55.8 million. But the Clown Prince of Crime is not looking to stop. Joker looks to become the highest grossing R-rated film of all time. Currently, the Phoenix-led film sits at 19th on the list and trailing the all-time leader being 2004's Passion of the Christ by $177 million. The first of this weekend's new releases lands in second, overperforming by $7 million according to Box Office Mojo, projections being The Addams Family. The animated film earned $30.3 million and was actually pretty enjoyable. I wasn't really expecting much when I walked in, but I walked away pretty happy. However, on the flip side, one of the other new releases, which was directed by Ang Lee and starred Will Smith, being Gemini Man, flopped, making only $20.5 million on a $138 million budget in its opening weekend, which I was super excited to see because I'm a huge Will Smith fan, but opposite of Addams Family, I walked away kind of disappointed at a lack of screenwriting and some pretty cringy lines. However, the action delivered, and it's always nice seeing Will Smith on screen. Falling to 4th in the top 5 is Abominable, dropping 50% in the film's 3rd week of release, earning $6 million, and rounding up the top 5 is Downton Abbey, $4.8 million, falling just 38.9%, continuing to hold well from week to week. Another film that opened this previous weekend, but only in 3 theaters, was the latest by South Korean director Bong Joon-ho in his movie Parasite, the 2019 recipient of the Palme d'Or, finally hit the domestic landscape, recording the largest per-theater total ever for an international film. Parasite made $384,216 in just 3 theaters, averaging out to $128,072 per theater, which on top of being the largest international per-theater average of all time, is the largest per-theater average of 2019 so far. Parasite tops the previous high of the year, The Farewell, by $39,164. Another key stat from Parasite would be it has the highest per-theater average since 2016's La La Land. The Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone starring film went on to gross for a total of $151.5 million domestically, and while I don't think Parasite will replicate those numbers, but I do want to keep an eye on the film for weeks to come to see how far word of mouth and reception can carry the foreign language film here domestically. In the 7th weekend of the fall box office season, It Chapter 2 remains in the top spot, earning over $207 million in 6 weeks of release. In second, hot on Pennywise and the Losers Club feet, is The Clown Prince of Crime, looking to become the highest earning clown movie of the year, with Joker in the film's $193.5 million in just 2 weeks. 2019 has been an outstanding year for Warner Brothers and clowns, as these 2 films alone had made the studio nearly $1 billion, totaling at $994.5 million, with a combined budget of just $134 million. Then in third, just shy of $100 million, is the Jennifer Lopez starring Hustlers, making $98 million. Then Downton Abbey continues to trail behind Hustlers, currently having grossed for $82.6 million in just 4 weeks. Abominable leapfrogs the duo of Ad Astra and Rambo Last Blood to 5th place with $47.8 million, over Ad Astra's $46.6 and $42.2 million by Rambo Last Blood. Then 2 of the 3 new releases for the weekend open in the chart in the 8th and 9th place, being The Addams Family and Gemini Man, earning $30.3 and $20.5 million respectively. Then holding on by just a feather is The Goldfinch in 10th with $5.3 million, surviving another week, making more than our 3rd place film, or a 3rd new film of the weekend, that is, the R-rated comedy Jexy, which earned only $3.1 million in 2,332 theaters. 2 new films open wide this upcoming weekend, hoping to find their way onto the chart, both films being sequels. First being Disney's Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, and then Sony's Zombieland 2, Double Tap. Both films are targeting opposite demographics and are projected to possibly battle next weekend for the top spot alongside Joker. in the film's third week of release. In limited release, one of my most anticipated films of the year, The Lighthouse, opens alongside the winner of the Toronto International Film Festival recipient of the People's Choice Award, Jojo Rabbit, in just 5 theaters, probably just going to be in New York and LA. But I am Dylan McCurchin. I want to thank you for tuning into this edition of Charting with Dyl. Check out my Twitter, _life of Dylan, and Facebook, Charting with Dyl, for day-to-day updates throughout the week. And I hope that you come back next week to see how films come out and how Parasite does in the film's second week of release after the record-breaking limited opening.